Right, and it really lays out the blueprint for others, for students to be able to follow and continue that work. You've held several leadership titles in higher education across several San Diego institutions. Now, of course, you're president of Mesa College. How does that role really allow you to act on your commitment to equity?
Again, every seat that I've occupied, I've understood that I have capacity, agency, and a responsibility to advocate for people like me who didn't always feel like I had a voice in the system. And so what I learned that as a student, that there were things that I could do with protest, with asking questions, with showing up. And then when I got, employment at UCSD, which is where I did my undergraduate, to be able to come back and say, whoa, now I'm sitting in meetings where we are looking at policies, programs, activities, how we promote them, what we promote. And so it is speaking up and understanding that my perspective has value. Right. And so there were many times where I sat in many rooms and I didn't always feel like I was thinking the same as other people. But then when I realized, like, oh, that's a blessing to be in a space where everybody is not thinking the same. And who in this room is speaking up for historically minoritized student groups and populations? And sometimes I would see like there's no one who has that perspective or that voice. And so me realizing that in every seat that I occupied, that I had the opportunity to bring that perspective to the table. And then to be able to act on it, to be empowered to act on it, and to create space for others to learn, grow, and act themselves. And so whether I was doing that as a student at UCSD, I served as a coordinator of student activities, an assistant dean, or a dean at UCSD, and then now being able to do that at San Diego Mesa College. And I am in love with the community college system and the students that we serve, and realize that my voice has value and meaning for this time, this moment, for the things that we are experiencing on a national level, locally, and here within our community. This perspective that I have and the diverse perspectives that many in our administration have are making a difference for this time, for these students who are before it.
And speaking of the work that you've done at Mesa College was recently named a Black Serving Institution under new California law. What does that status mean to you?
That to me is amazing, right? Because you get this designation. We are one of 33 in the state of California who has received this designation. And what that means is that you have to have either a certain percentage of students who are Black or a certain number of students. And so it's either 10% or 1,500 students. So Mesa College has about 2,040 students that have identified as Black. But it's not just that number. Those designations are given to schools who have already demonstrated successful outcomes, who have already demonstrated a commitment to seeing and serving our Black students with intention. And so to me, this is an acknowledgement of the work that we're doing, and it is also a promise of the intentionality that we will now take to serve our Black students, again, with intention, with care. And so I'm so excited about continuing the work that we are doing. But now we're going to be elevating our progress, our outcomes, our success, and much more intentional ways, because this is a contract with our students in the states, and we want the state of California, and we want to be able to tell the story of how we are removing barriers for our Black students, who are one of the most disproportionately impacted student groups. And we're saying that in spaces where many Black students have felt invisible, we are saying, we see you. We see your experience. We see what you bring to the table, and we are going to serve you in a way that removes barriers so that you can transfer, so that you can upskill, so that you can have economic mobility. Like, we're so excited about what this designation means. So it's more than a seal. It is a commitment. It's a promise to our students.
That's excellent. Going back to what you were saying about intention, I do want to take a moment to talk about politics in education, specifically how the current administration has attacked and targeted institutions of higher education. How are you thinking about your role as an educator right now in this moment?
Yes. And it's so interesting because we talk about politics, we talk about all of these things. My politics is my college, it's Mesa College, right? And so when I think about what's happening in the outside world, my lens in the work that I do is the impact that it has on our community, our faculty, our students, our classified professionals. And so what our vision at Mesa College is to be the leading college of equity and excellence, right? That is a bold, audacious, goal. But it is not random. Like, so you will see this represented in the faculty that we hire, the programs that we enact, the spaces that we create on our campus. And so when the world is can sometimes feel chaotic, and when we are constantly each day receiving information about things that are rendering our students invisible, their histories invisible, that are creating and invoking fear and a variety of other emotions, we think about that's what's happening outside. And we know that we're a microcosm of the larger world. But when you come into these spaces on this campus, what you can expect is a space of equity and excellence, a space where you are seen, a space where your history, where you come from matters. And we feel like we can nurture that, and that will help you be the best version of who you were born to be. And so one of the things that I'm so proud about our campus and our district is that in times like this, we are not shrinking in terms of our commitment to diversity, social justice, equity, access, belonging. Right. We are screaming even louder that these things matter, and that they will always matter for us and will be woven into our programs, processes, and everything that we do. Amen. And so we are creating policies to protect what we can.
Dr. Hands, we're going to have to leave it there. This is one of those conversations that we can continue. Yes. Thank you so much. I've been speaking with Dr. Ashanti Hands. She's president of San Diego Mesa College. Again, Dr. Hands, thank you.
Thank you so much.